You know, we're all taught that showing gratitude to our parents is one of the most important things we can do. But what if I told you that the way we usually think about repaying that kindness is, well, fundamentally incomplete? Today, we're going to dive into a perspective that really challenges our conventional ideas of gratitude.
Okay, to really get this, we've got to start with this powerful, almost shocking image from Buddhist teachings. Just imagine this, carrying your parents on your shoulders for 100 years straight, tending to their every single need, even as they, make a mess. I mean, it's a really extreme image, right? It's designed to grab your attention and make you really question what repayment is all about.
And get this, even after all of that, the teaching says it's still not enough. So that's the big question, isn't it? Why? Why would such an incredible, lifelong act of devotion still not be considered the real deal? Let's unpack that.
Well, the answer really starts when we look at what we think repayment even means. So first, let's explore the limits of any kind of material or physical act of gratitude.
Okay, so if that kind of extreme physical sacrifice isn't enough, what about giving them, the ultimate material gift? What if you could give your parents absolute power over the whole world?
And believe it or not, the answer is still no. Even offering them the entire world on a silver platter is not considered a true and complete repayment. I mean, that's a pretty wild idea, right?
So all these things, they fall under this umbrella called worldly repayment. And the reason they just don't cut it is actually pretty simple. Their benefits are temporary. They're totally confined to this one single lifetime.
Okay, so if stuff and physical service all have a limit, then what's the alternative? What's left? This brings us to the real heart of the matter, the highest form of gratitude. And here's where it all clicks. The deepest, truest way to show that gratitude, it isn't about doing something for them in a physical sense, but guiding them towards something spiritual.
And look, this isn't just some vague philosophical idea. There's a really clear roadmap for this spiritual gift. It's all built around what are called the four virtues.
So this whole path, this highest form of gratitude, it's all about guiding your parents in four key areas. It's about helping them build a foundation of faith, morality, generosity, and finally, wisdom. All right, first up is faith, or sada. This is all about helping a parent who might not have that spiritual footing to really find and lock in a deep, solid faith in the teachings of the awakened one, the Tathagata. Next, we've got morality, or sila. This is where you'd guide a parent who might be, a little off track to embrace a moral code, specifically the 5 precepts. They're basically the foundational commitments to not harming yourself or others. And number 3 is generosity, or kagaya. Here the idea is to encourage parents who might be a bit attached to their possessions to discover the joy of giving, of sacrifice, and just sharing what they have with others. And then we get to the big one, the top of the mountain, wisdom, or panya. This is truly the greatest gift of all. It's about guiding parents from a place of limited understanding to genuine wisdom, helping them to finally see the nature of reality as it's described in the Four Noble Truths, the core teachings on suffering and how to end. So why? Why are these 4 virtues the ultimate repayment? Well, the answer is all about scale, the sheer scale of the impact. See, this isn't a one-and-done gift. It's a gift that resonates across this huge concept called samsara.
Now, if you're not familiar with the term, samsara is a really key idea here. Think of it as this endless cycle of birth, death, and rebirth that we're all believed to be traveling through. And inside this massive cycle, worldly gifts, they just don't have much staying power.
And this just lays it all out so perfectly. Look, on one side, you've got the worldly gift, physical help, wealth, even a whole kingdom. What's its shelf life? 1 lifetime, that's it. But then on the other side, you have this spiritual gift, those 4 virtues. Its value? It's called a noble treasure, something that helps your parents through their entire journey in samsara, lifetime after lifetime.
So what's the end result of all this? Well, it's absolutely profound. Through this kind of guidance, a child can help their parents become what's known as an Arya-Pudgala, a noble person. And that means someone who's actually started on the path to total liberation. I mean, what gift could possibly be more valuable than that?
So that leaves us with one last thing to think about. In a world that's so obsessed with stuff, with things you can buy and wrap, could it be that the greatest, most loving gift you could ever give anyone, especially your parents, isn't an object at all, but a path they can walk for themselves?